Good morning, student. This is lecture number 5 of chapter number 2. In this lecture, we will discuss the property of division in whole number. Okay, let us start with the property of division. In division, the property are similarly does not follow by the division as in subtraction. Okay, all the properties generally followed in multiplication and addition, but does not follow by the division and subtraction of number, or subtraction of two whole number. Just for verification, we have property number first, that is similar closure property. In closure property, if you have given two number a and b, and you have to find out a divided by b, which cannot be equal to the division of b by a. For example, we have a equal to 10 and b equal to 2. Okay, this is example. A divided by b. A divided by b means 10 divided by 2. So our answer is LHS is 5. For RHS, we have 2 divided by 10. So 2 divided by 10 is not a whole number. So our answer is wrong. LHS does not equal to RHS. So closure property in division is not followed or wrong, or even change the result. Second one is commutative property. In commutative property in division, if you have two number a divided by b, which does not follow like this, b divided by a. For example, we have a equal to 3 and b equal to a equal to 6 and b equal to 3. So answer is 6 divided by 3 not equal to 3 divided by 6. Why it is 3 by 6 is not a whole number, but 2 by 6 is a whole number, that is 2. So 2 not equal to 3 by 6, which is not a whole number. Similarly, the property of 0 does not follow, or associative law is also not followed by the division. In property of 0, we have a divided by 0. A divided by 0 not equal to 0 divided by a. If a is a given number. For that, if a upon 0, if you divide any number by 0, then the result is again not defined. So you have to write down, or you have to copy all these things in your share copy. So let us start with exercise 2E. So question number 1, on dividing a certain number by 126, the quotient is 15 and the remainder is 4. Find the number. On dividing a certain number by 136. The question number 1. Okay. So let in the question we have given dividend, quotient and remainder. Sorry student, we have not dividend, actually we have divisor. Okay, we have to find out the dividend. Let the dividend be x. So according to the rule of division, we have 4 terms. X, which is dividend, 126, which is given as which is given as divisor. Then quotient we have 15 and remainder is 4. Quotient we have 15 and we have remainder 4. Okay, I am giving you an example. We have to divide 19 by 4. So when we multiply 19 by 4, so 4 4 is 16 and 16, then then remainder is 3. Similarly, we have to find out this. For that, if you want to find out this number, we have to first multiply 4 with this, then add this number. Okay, like this, 4 into 4 plus 3. It means we have dividend only if you multiply divisor with quotient and add the remainder. Similarly here we have to find out dividend of this number. For that we can multiply divisor into quotient. Divisor 126 with quotient 15, then we can add remainder in this term. Okay, 4. 15 6 are 90. So multiply with this, we have 890, then add 4. Answer is 1894. Similarly, you have to do question number second by yourself. In this, we have to find out the remainder. Okay, if you want to find out the remainder in this term, in question number second we have given dividend. So we have to multiply these two numbers, then subtract from dividend. Okay, in question number second, for the finding of remainder, you have to remember dividend minus the product of this. Okay, so question number 2 is your homework. Move to third. Find the value of. Okay, question number third is your homework in the copy. Question number 4, very simple question. N divide by n gives us n. So this is the only one number, that is 1. 1 divided by 1 gives 1 as a result. Okay, move to question number 5. First part, any whole number divided by itself gives the quotient 1. This is right, because if you divide 2 by 2, then answer is 1. 3 by 3, 1. 4 by 4, 1. Second, for the statement 0 by b equal to 0, the value of b can be any whole number. Yes, it can be any whole number. If you divide 0 by any whole number, then the answer is 0. Third, there are no distinct whole number a, b, c such that a divided by b. Yes, no distinct whole number, because it is possible only one way, when a, b, c equal to 1. But the question is, the statement is no distinct number. Yes, so our answer is true. There is no distinct number for which this property is, associative property is right. Fourth part, 42 minus this equal to no. Again we have to check for that. Okay, 42 minus 30, our answer is in left side is 12. 12 divided by 6, answer is 2. Next, in second part or in right hand side, 42 divided by 6, 7, and 30 divided by 5, so 7 minus 5. Again the property does not follow. Fifth part, if a whole number is divided by another whole number which is greater than the first one, the quotient is not equal to 0. So why it will be 0? Never be 0. If a whole number is, or sorry, if 0 is divided by a whole number, then only our quotient is 0. Otherwise the quotient is somehow an improper number, or you have to, and you can say that it is not defined number. Okay, then sixth question, the population of a town is, okay, the given information is, the population given is 4,50,772. The illiteracy rate in the population is 1 out of 14. It means out of 14 people, any 14 people, one person must be illiterate. Okay, for that we have to find out how many illiterate person are there in the town. So total number of illiterate person in the town. If you have to find out this, then we can divide 450772 by 14. On dividing this number by 14, we have answered 32,198. So total number of people which are illiterate is 32,198. Okay, question number 7 and 8 multiple choice question. You have to do it both of the question by yourself. Okay, our second chapter is completed. In the next lecture, we will discuss third chapter. Okay, thank you so much.